Now, an asteroid that was spotted late last year by space scientists is being carefully tracked. Scientists are trying to work out whether there's a chance of it hitting the Earth.
So the chance of a newly discovered asteroid hitting the Earth has doubled, according to NASA.
NASA just issued a major warning. The risk just got worse.
An asteroid spotted late last year by space scientists is now being carefully tracked. Scientists are trying to determine if there's a real chance of it hitting Earth. The odds of impact have just doubled, according to NASA, which has issued a major warning. The risk has significantly increased, and the latest data is not what anyone wanted to hear. The impact probability of asteroid 2024 YR4 now stands at 1 in 32, making it one of the most concerning near-Earth objects ever detected. Just days ago, scientists believed this asteroid posed little to no threat. But new calculations have changed everything, forcing NASA to reconsider its entire risk assessment. What was once a distant possibility is now a high-priority concern. The question is, what new data forced NASA to revise its predictions? Why has this asteroid suddenly become one of the most dangerous objects in the solar system? And if it really is on a collision course, how much time do we have left? Scientists are scrambling for answers, and today, we're breaking down everything you need to know. For months, astronomers have been tracking 2024 YR4, initially estimating its trajectory posed minimal risk. However, NASA's latest recalculations show a dramatic increase in probability, placing the asteroid in a serious category of concern. The reason behind this alarming update is a phenomenon known as the Yarkovsky Effect. This occurs when sunlight heats one side of an asteroid, causing it to radiate heat and create a tiny but significant push that alters its course over time. Initially, this effect was thought to be negligible, but with high-precision tracking, NASA has confirmed that this force has nudged 2024 YR4 closer to Earth's path than expected. Even a small change in trajectory can mean the difference between a harmless flyby and a direct collision. That's why NASA has now placed 2024 YR4 on its high-priority list for continuous monitoring. Telescopes worldwide are tracking its every move, and observatories are running new simulations daily to determine if the risk will increase even further. NASA's next major trajectory update is scheduled for March 4, 2025. That update will either confirm a lower risk or reveal that things have taken an even more dangerous turn. Until then, every piece of new data matters. And if 2024 YR4 stays on this path, what happens next might be far worse than we're prepared for. If asteroid 2024 YR4 is truly on a collision course, the consequences could be catastrophic. Scientists estimate its size to be between 40 and 90 meters across, comparable to a Boeing 747 or an entire city block. While it's not a planet killer, it has more than enough power to cause regional devastation. Depending on where it hits, the worst-case scenarios are now being modeled, and NASA has outlined three main impact possibilities. One possibility is an airburst explosion. If 2024 YR4 enters the atmosphere at high velocity, it could detonate mid-air in a blast similar to the Chelyabinsk meteor that exploded over Russia in 2013. But since this asteroid is far larger, the explosion could be up to 10 times stronger. The resulting shockwave could shatter windows, collapse buildings, and cause injuries across hundreds of kilometers. If the asteroid crashes into the ocean, the consequences could be even more devastating. The impact would send shockwaves through the water, creating massive tsunamis that could reach coastal cities in a matter of hours. Some models suggest that waves hundreds of meters high could form near the impact zone before spreading outward at jet speed, wiping out everything in their path. But the most terrifying possibility is a land impact. If 2024 YR4 were to strike solid ground, it could flatten an entire city in an instant. The explosion would be hundreds of times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb, leaving behind a massive crater and setting off devastating firestorms that could spread for miles. NASA is refining these models to predict the exact scale of damage. If this asteroid is truly heading for Earth, the countdown has already begun. With a 1 in 32 chance of impact, scientists are now weighing the realistic options to prevent disaster. Right now, NASA and other space agencies are closely tracking 2024 yr4. If its risk level increases in the coming weeks, they may be forced to act quickly. There are 3 possible defense strategies, but none of them are guaranteed to work. The first option is a kinetic impactor, successfully tested in 2022 during NASA's DART mission. This involves slamming a spacecraft into the asteroid at high speed to knock it off course. However, 2024 yr4 is moving incredibly fast, and if NASA wants to use this method, they need to launch a mission immediately before it's too late. The second option is a gravity tractor, which involves sending a spacecraft to orbit the asteroid and using its small gravitational pull to gradually shift its path. But this method requires years to take effect, and right now, time is not on our side. The last option is the most extreme, nuclear deflection. If all else fails, scientists could attempt to detonate a nuclear device near the asteroid, using the energy from the explosion to push it off course. Contrary to Hollywood movies, the goal wouldn't be to blow the asteroid apart, as that would only create more deadly fragments. Instead, the explosion would need to be precise enough to nudge it just enough to miss Earth. This method is risky, untested, and an absolute last resort. But if the next trajectory update makes things worse, NASA may have no other choice. Right now, all we can do is wait. But time is running out. NASA's next official trajectory update is scheduled for March 4, 2025. This update could either reduce the impact probability or confirm our worst fears. More observatories are now joining the effort to track 2024 yr4 using advanced telescopes and radar systems to refine its projected path. Every tiny shift, every minuscule deviation matters. At this stage, even the slightest change could determine whether this asteroid collides with Earth or misses us entirely. If the asteroid remains on its current course, the final approach will happen in 2032. That might seem like a long way off, but in planetary defense terms, it's dangerously close. If we wait too long, we may not have enough time to stop it. The question remains, will we be forced to intervene, or will Earth get lucky one more time? One thing is certain, NASA's upcoming update will be one of the most critical moments in modern space history. The real question is, are we truly prepared for an impact threat like this? If this event has proven anything, it's that we need to take asteroid defense more seriously than ever before. A 1 in 32 chance might not seem high, but when the potential consequences are this massive, isn't even a small risk too much to ignore? Are we doing enough to prepare for threats like 2024 yr4? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want real-time updates on breaking space news, make sure to subscribe. We'll be following